Hey, America's least favorite toy tuber here, Alpha Magnus. If you're seeing this, the algorithm likes me today. Or you've subscribed like a good human. We got this guy today. We got new Eternia Whiplash. He is a beat to hell box from Target.com, but I have all the rest of those guys. There he is. This is their new Eternia line, which is based off of why my brain can't think right now. The art from the old shows. Can't remember if I'm keeping the backgrounds on that, but I will toss that there. Not keeping the back, but I want a Whiplash, and my rule with Masterverse is one character each from now on. So there's no more double dipping. I have two Man-at-Arms, and that's it. There's a third one coming out that's more New Eternia based, and New Eternia is mostly stuff from concept art from the 80s and such. I don't need it. I don't need any more of the same characters, unless they have like a different version in the show or something. So this is like the last Whiplash I'm ever buying, because I already have, hold on, I already have an Origins Whiplash. Hopefully, once you've seen this, I've just sold all of my 2000X Motu characters at PowerCon, so I won't even have that Whiplash anymore, which I think was like a variant anyway, because my original Whiplash broke, so I had to get the variant. Now, I do know that there's a glaring issue with this Whiplash, and we will go into that. So right off the bat, we have this ugly mother. He comes with a torch, which is cool. You don't see too many torches, but this is his original weapon, which is bent to hell, as to be expected these days with most toys. But the problem with him is that you cannot straighten these legs. He is permanently in that haunched position, which a lot of people don't like. Now, the one thing I do like about these new Eternia figures is that they do come with extra armors that may not have been on the original figures, which is nice, because if you are like me and you're crazy and you want to have multiple versions of the character, I'm looking for Beastman now because he's on clearance. I'm going to pick up the clearance, and I'm going to make other Beast Men to go with that. Now, this one, same thing, but it would have been cool if they'd have included a separate head, because then I could have two different figures. You're doing some stuff right at Mattel. You're also doing some stuff really dumb. I think the best application that I've seen thus far was the Venom Pool wave of Marvel Legends. They gave you a Carnage, which they've had 100 Carnages out. We don't need it anymore. But they gave a Carnage, and then gave you his Carnage spawn head too. So if you already got a Carnage, you can just make it one of the troop builders and just get a bunch of those. Yeah, it's like Multiple Man. Multiple Man should always come with multiple heads, so you can have each Multiple Man doing something different. Yet again, they did not do that there. These are simple things that can be routed out. And one of the things here is 2000X especially, Whiplash is part of the Caligar race. But they all kind of look the same. So by giving us two heads, that would give us a reason to purchase more than one. even if they're just clearing out clearance or doing whatever, it's a reason to purchase another one. I don't have a reason to buy 2 Whiplashes, but I have a reason to buy 3 Whiplashes if he comes with alternate heads to make the other guys. So maybe don't give us this weird torch that no one asked for. Give us 2 extra heads. Instead, Mattel says, oh, you get the same head, but you can take this off. And that's fine. But this really only works on this guy's head. And you can't really put it on anybody else's. I mean, here's the Crimson Guard with his helmet on. So let's try to take some of this off. This is my least favorite part of all Masters of the Universe reviews. Because once you break the seal on these puppies, they usually do not go back on easily. He has this rubbery crotch thing here, which is fine. I really do like the texturing and the dry wash, the wash that they put on him. His arms kind of do the same thing, but not quite as bad. And then I'm going to try this. So you have to take his head off to take this off. Perfect time to put a different head on, right? Right, guys? I'm going to try to do this without taking this part apart, because this is where I run into problems. Never mind. That side came apart. If you take these apart, they never reseal, and it's becoming a problem, and they need to figure this out, because obviously the plastic is different than it was back in the 80s. Now here's my other problem. This head looks like Whiplash, but it's kind of ugly and sticks up too high. So I actually saw this a couple of reviews. He's got this bendy tail here thing, which always bothered me that it wasn't attached to his actual butt. But what are you going to do? So he is taller than most. But this is the classic look for Whiplash, and it's kind of boring. So I'm probably going to put his armor on and just keep it on forever. Because this thing really ruins the articulation here. And it's a real weird articulation. It's like a dumbbell inside of there. He's got plenty you can move here, but this really limits the stuff. Now, if they'd have done this and then given us, I don't know, like that pigeon toed, I don't know what they call that, you know, like the dinosaur. It made him more like a dinosaur, and you could like have him set up like that and kind of be in like dino mode. That'd have been pretty cool. I feel like this figure was like half designed, and they just said, that's fine. We're just gonna go with it. It is based off of some old art, but realistically, he looks way better with this stuff on, in my opinion. So we're just gonna put it back on him and hope it stays on. Because yet again, this is getting in the way of everything. And Whiplash was not one of the ones that I was like super into as a kid. So like this, as I said, the last Whiplash I will ever be purchasing. Because there's no reason to buy a second one. I have one head to deal with. And you might think that I'm complaining about that. I'm actually not. I'm more so confused by the logic of releasing a character that could have multiple uses per character and not. Actually, it's almost to the point where like the people purchasing these should have some say in that. Because if you were to tell me, like, I'll put it this way, why do the trooper characters come one per case when everyone wants to buy multiple? That doesn't make sense. I don't know too many people who buy one Horde trooper or buy one like G.I. Joe character, you know, and that's it for you know, Cobra troopers or something. Like, you're gonna purchase multiple. This is real weird. This thing does not fit in. Where is his axe at? It's down here on the ground. There. So he's got toy and there we go. And then you randomly get this. This I'm probably going to use for my, you can see the skull up there, for the Phantom of the Opera and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I need a villager torch. So it's cool that I got it. I don't need these two fists either. I never have fists on the characters. The old toys never had fists, and they don't serve any purpose unless you're going to give them like a blast effect or something on them. So whatever. I know this seems like a lot of complaining about a figure, but it's more so bothering me because they're starting to work back into their old ways. They did a lot of innovating with this Masters of the Universe line, and they're backtracking. And that's what leads to shelf warming, which leads to line cancellation. Stop doing that. Start doing smart stuff. Hope you enjoyed this little review. Please like, subscribe, comment, and until next time, I'm Alpha Magnus. That's a toy.